Welcome to my video application for a Smart Exemplary Teacher. My name is Kelly Blair and I'm from Rideau District High School in Elgin, Ontario. I really would like to say that I think having a smartboard in my classroom has been over the top. I've been exuberant to share with my kids. I can't imagine teaching now without it. It's really been an amazing experience for me. I was the first one in my school to get a smartboard. I was chosen as one of 5 in my school board as a pilot project to use the smartboards. And I must say my school now has 15 boards. We've embraced the technology to a great deal. And through my example, I'm hoping to show you how we've used some of the smartboard tools and applications. So one of the things that I like to do with my classroom is I like to set up a template, and using the eraser tool, of course, I can hide and reveal with my whiteboard feature certain labeling. There's one more. So I'm using the eraser feature, so I would import this, or I could create it from scratch, so the reveal feature. I also like, this is some of the material that I found at the Smart Exchange, and on the Smart Exchange I found that there are a huge variety of materials available for us. Not everything has to be made from scratch. It's great to be resourceful. The neat feature I'd like to show here, of course, is the pull down feature, so I can pull down key information that I want to have summarized. I don't want to forget to tell my kids, and I can tuck it back up away. We of course can change the background of the boxes. I can link different tabs and tab labels different ways. It's also certainly possible to have tabs come from the right side or the left side, or from bottom up. Second feature here I'd like to show is that this year I was able to purchase a document camera, which I now use to showcase and share some of my students' work. This one here isn't really clear, but I've got a student-made generated graph here, and we wanted to pay particular attention to the slope, and in this case the rise and the run. So what I've done is I've just penciled on the grid lines that I wanted the kids to pay particular attention to, and then from that I can talk about the change in the X's and the change in the Y's. So my document camera has been a really great addition to my classroom. The next slide that I have for you is the way I've been able to incorporate my TI SmartView calculator with my smartboard. With my software open, it's right here. The Smart Notebook software easily allows me to just drop and drag different features of that software into my notebook file, depending on what I'm after. And again, this is the template I have pictured on top of here, but now I can use these drop and drag features directly into my Smart Notebook lessons. Fabulous feature, I love it. Many of the applets you have in the gallery I think have been really useful, and what I really like about them is once I make them once, the template's there, I can use them over and over again in my classroom. I think it's great for the kids. The kids can try the application over and over again, so it's good feedback for them. It's easy to edit, it's easy to create. This is the definition one I've made for a polynomial unit. So of course how it works is you drop and drag the correct term into the correct location, and of course when you're all done you can check it and it'll let you know how you've done. So immediate feedback, it's great for the students. With my interactive features such as this one with the Vortex activity, it's easy for me to have the kids sort particular key terms, particular pieces of my math equations or math curriculum. And what I like about the Vortex search, or sort rather, is if I've got kids that are not willing to come to the front or not able to come to the front, they're in a wheelchair, today they're on crutches, whatever the case might be, I also have my Airliner tablet. And with my Airliner tablet, of course, I can bring the class board right to them. The tablet's also great if I've got a little bit of an unruly classroom and I need to move to the back, I need to circulate. I'm not always at the front. I want the kids at the front. I want to be around the classroom, so I can take my board with me. And with my tablet, it's easy for me to manage my board and move from slide to slide. Particular feature, I've got a word problem. In my grade 9 academic or applied classes, we would be looking to solve word problems with the use of manipulatives. With my smartboard, I'm able to use some of the gallery tools as well as the cloning feature, so I can simply drop and drag as many of my coins that I want, in this particular case, to get a total value of $1.44. The other nice thing is that I can simply clone the page, and I want to have another solution that another student has generated. That's great. My smartboard allows me to do that. Another tool I have is, again, a drop and drag feature, a sorting activity. And in the sorting activity, I put the template up, and I, again, would have a variety of kids come to the classroom, and I can have them drop and drag either a visual, or I can have them drop and drag a word variety of it. I could also have them drop a table of values, etc. So it's really great. With my smartboard, I don't have to spend time drawing the graphs, creating the words. The word bank is there, and my kids are directly engaged in the activity. Using my math smart notebook software, what I really like is that in this particular case, this is a word problem set up using my textbook. So I've scanned in part of my textbook. I've had a table of values generated using my table of value tool or my table of value tools. And now with that, I can simply highlight my tool. I can highlight my table of values, and from there I can generate a graph. Great, it's in my slide, it's in my equation, I'm ready to go. I also have done a very similar activity, except this case we've done student-generated data. So in the last one, the equations were given to me. In this case, we've done student-generated data. I've also connected the graph, and I've connected the student-generated data to the graph, put on a line of best fit using my line of best fit tool, and from there we can talk about the equation of that line. It's awesome to have it built into the Smart Notebook. It's great for the kids. It's neat. It's tidy. Of course, I could also use my math property tools in my feature here and label up my axis settings to be height, title as well. So that's been a really great feature. Use some of the math tools for some of my geometry. So in the geometry lessons, one of the things that we ask the kids is about using shapes and finding some of the angles. Some of the angles in my math tool, I can choose whatever shape I'm interested in. Here I've already pulled down some. Let's say I want to have a 7-gon. So I pull down my 7-gon, in that case polygon. And in the polygon, we can now create lines. And I can see, I've got 3 triangles, 1, 2, 3. And the 3 triangles should now have a sum of 180 multiplied by 3, which we should have as 540 degrees. Really great feature. It's there. I don't have to go building it. I don't have to make it, draw it myself. I really like that. In this particular case, in this slide, this is one of the slides that we've modified a fair bit from the Smart Revolution. It was also seen, I think Harry Amaro was the first fellow that I saw make the Function Man. This is Function Man, and what it's taken is we've layered different layers on Smart Notebook to reveal certain features when we're ready for them. So for instance, this is an input-output activity, and on my input-output activity, if my input in goes a 6, out comes a 6. In comes a 13, out comes a 9.5. In comes an 8, out comes a 7. And of course, the kids each made their own. So this is actually a student-generated model. The students have their rules hidden there. Really great application. Second one, okay, the other great thing I really like about my smartboard is it allows me to use the internet at easy access. And in this case, I've linked a video called, from the Futures channel, called Engineering Fast Spikes. And I've got it, so it's great, it's ready to go. And it's there. My kids love to be entertained with a little bit of video clip in the beginning. It connects the math, it connects the content. Awesome feature. Through some of the summer institutes that we've done, some of the beginning summer institutes, what I've always begun with is getting started with your smartboard, and that's just to just do it, to explore, to be creative, to use internet sites, to use graphics, to share with each other. And the sharing feature I think is fabulous. What I really like is that I can share my Smart Notebook lessons. I can export my Smart Notebook lessons in any kind of format. PDF typically is what I'm going to do. And then I can post them to my school's website. I can share them with other teachers or at my school or other schools. That's really great. I also think that when you're creating Smart Notebook lessons, it's important that you remember other resources that are out there, such as things like your colleagues, your provincial math, in my case, my provincial math association. So much to be found on Smart Tech. For me, the National Library Virtual Manipulatives, fabulous addition to Smart Notebook. Into my lessons. In our school board, we have virtual subject council. Gizmo's using that. Lots of great educators. I love Giancarlo Bratto's original math websites. I thought they were fabulous. As well as my students create great stuff, and as well as the online videos and tutorials that Smart has, and TeacherTube, how stuff works. There's so much stuff out there. It's unbelievable. The other neat thing that we can do is import audio files as well as the video files. And in this particular case, I do have an audio file connected here, a particular topic of stem cells. And then I also have here, of course, an attachment. So the attachment in this case is a little lesson on how to put podcasts into your Smart Notebook lessons. There's just so much that can be done. During one of our recent parent-teacher interview evenings, we had opportunity for our parents to come in and get to explore Smart Notebook and how Notebook works in the classroom. And we had a little trivia question. So the use of the Centios in our classroom, we do have 2 sets of 32 Centio responders. And our Centio responders allowed me to do a little survey with the parents, a little trivia, in this particular case, just showing a yes or no response. I've also used the Centios in my classroom where I can pick up a numerical response, or of course, A, B, C, D, E, etc. response with my kids. Again, my name is Kelly Blair, and I've been thrilled to have my Smart Notebook in my classroom. I think I've used many of the resources that are available online. I think I've been a great collaborator. I think I've really done my very best to share my knowledge and gain the knowledge that I've shared with others, and that would be through attending conferences, by hosting conferences, by hosting a video subject council website, by listening into some of the podcasts that are available. And I'm just thrilled to have Smart Notebook in my classroom, and would be very pleased to be chosen to be a Smart Exemplary Educator. Thank you very much.